Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
You gotta understand. Welcome to the 6th episode of Small Talk. First, I would like to start off and say rest in peace to Soulja Boy's little brother. He recently died in a car accident, and Soulja Boy is not taking it too well right now. And I know I'm kind of behind, but I just didn't feel it was right to make another episode after that tragic in Japan. And I pray for the families that are hurting still from that tragedy. So me and Cardi wanted people to do our intro, but there was a lot of confusion about it. People was like, what's the intro, how you do it? So if you didn't know, it's like this. You make a video clip with your webcam and say, hey, my name is Dimples, whatever you want to say, whatever your name is, and you're watching Small Talk. Simple, send it to me in an email at smalltalk1992@hotmail.com. For our next headline topic, this person I'm about to talk about did not contain composure, and instead of saying thanks for the second chance world, it's another chance. Yes, it is Chris Brown. As we reported earlier, the morning Chris Brown had a violation of outburst following with the performance of his interview in Good Morning America. Allegedly, Chris Brown lost it all in the amount of questions he was asked by Robin Roberts. Okay, so it was about the attack with Rihanna, and I know that's a touchy subject, and that was 2 years ago. I heard he picked up a chair and he threw it out of rage because he was aggravated. I think it's his manager's fault. They should have had pre-interviews with him. They should have warned him about. They should have a little mini interview with Chris Brown before he went on set. They would have been like, hey, I know they're going to ask you about Rihanna because that is a touchy subject for you. So they should have prepared him more for the interview. They should have asked him questions, so, like give him tips and stuff and what they say. Or they should have told him, hey, instead of letting them bring it up, why don't you bring it up? And be like, yeah, I know I messed up with that whole Rihanna situation. Bring it up and then let it go. Because if you bring it up first, how can they lash you and get in depth with you and try to crack you open? If, you know. So it's just not just Chris Brown's fault. It's also the people who's in control of him, because they should have set that up for him and had him prepared for this interview. Because yes, it was 2 years ago, but they're not fully prepared. And that should be a sign for a lot of you ladies. Yes, boys are cute. Yes, you might fall in love with them, but make sure you know the guy fully, because when he starts hitting you, you better go. And speaking about hitting, they're pushing the no bullying policy. Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, cyberbullying, all bullying. And you can get sued for bullying. So we need to stop the violence and stop all this fighting and start loving one another. Because drama is so petty now. Just let it go. This just came in. Lindsay Lohan did not accept her plea deal by Judge Socrates, that was connected to her felony theft charge. So they will be going to trial next month. She's trying to prove to the world that she's innocent, and she says she is willing to serve serious jail time to prove to people that she is loyal and she will not change and bow to a plea deal bargain. So her fate really rely on the judge, and that's going to depend on how much evidence that they could prove that she actually stole the property. Get jail time, she will get probation. She will not get off free. Or Lindsay could be thrown in jail for probation violations before she even stands on trial for the theft charges even taking place. So with her not taking that deal was kind of bogus to me. I think she should have took it to save her. But if she wants to still say she's innocent, she's innocent. But she also got to know she was on probation and she broke that rule right there. And she could try to go to trial next month. But they could arrest her in 2 weeks and be like, hey, you broke your probation. You got a theft charge against you. A 32-year-old woman is facing jail time right now. She's currently facing jail time on a $2,000 bond because when she passed out on a Four Loko, her roommate woke her up. The 1-year-old was in the middle of the complex. her alcohol level was 0.09, and the neighbors had found her wandering around in the street at night of the apartment complex. Oh my gosh, Small Talk fans, one of my favorite original artists that I grew up with, Ja Rule, faces more jail time after pleading guilty to a tax evasion. Hey, do I have any NFL fans in here? Well, I have some sad news. They don't have enough money for the NFL football players, so they're thinking about taking it out for a couple of years. So that means the football players will have to find a part-time job to provide for their family, because there will be no football for the next 2 years. And I hope the economy gets better so we can have an NFL team. I'll get more details and come back with you on my next episode with that. On my Facebook, I made a status and I was like, if you want advice, send me advice on my Hotmail. I had a young girl, she was 16 years old, and she's from Lithonia, Georgia, and she sent me this. She basically sent me a message saying she used to talk to this boy, and she really liked him, and she thought he liked her, but he never went out and said, oh, I like you. And she always had a feeling that he was talking to somebody else. And a couple of days later, it came out, and she got mad at him about it. And she expected him to talk to her about it, but he just dropped her. She was very hurt, and she's still hurting, and she wants to go up to him and talk to him and ask her, why are you mad at me? But she's very scared inside, and she's hurt because she thought this boy really had her back, but he never really did from the start if he dropped her so fast. And she said the original girl still got him, and she was wondering if I could give her any advice. Well, from my perspective, if a boy is talking to you and he never says, hey look, let me get a name, hey look, Hello Kitty, I like you a lot. If you never said that, then like, why would you catch feelings if you're talking to somebody? Like, why do you expect him just to talk to you just because y'all talk? That if y'all talk, that means y'all are building a friendship. That don't mean y'all are building a relationship. Unless you want to talk on that level, that means y'all are friends already, and y'all should have that trust there. And you could have just went out and asked him. You didn't have to go searching around asking girls and boys, because they would steer you the wrong direction. Anything you do, make sure you follow your heart, because I would rather you follow your heart than follow somebody else's advice and get yourself hurt. So I would not like to give you any advice on that. Just let the situation calm down, and then you think about what you want to do and how you want to go about it. If you want to go up to him, you go up to him. If you don't, you don't. Nobody would judge. You do you. And I hope that helped you a little bit. And if anybody else needs advice, send it to smalltalk1992@hotmail.com. Don't forget to find me, look at my website, www.wix.com/DeonnaBrown/smalltalk. Also, subscribe my YouTube page and tell your friends to tell a friend.